From hawking in the streets of Lagos to becoming one of the top strikers in the world, Victor Osimhen's journey is nothing short of remarkable. With his elite finishing skills and lightning-fast pace, he has left defenders in awe and goalkeepers scrambling to stop his shots. Osimhen's rise to stardom is a testament to his determination, hard work, and undeniable talent. From humble beginnings to the global stage, he has proven that dreams can come true with unwavering dedication. This is a story of inspiration to aspiring athletes and everyone out there, reminding us that anything is possible with passion and perseverance. This is the story of Victor Osimhen. Victor James Osimhen was born to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Osimhen in the Olososun community in Oregon Ojota area of Lagos State. He is the last of 6 children and hails from Ascent southeast local government area of Edo State. Born into a family of 6, life was hard as he was made to hawk sachet water on the streets of Lagos with his siblings just to have food on the table. He picked an interest in football as most of his skills were from playing with his elder brother in his early years and playing with his peers. Some scouts looking for new talents stumbled on this young boy. At that time, he caught their attention immediately. Osimhen's abilities attracted many academies looking to lure him, and he was eventually snapped up by the Ultimate Strikers Academy in Lagos, Nigeria. The 2015 FIFA Under-17 World Cup was around the corner, and it was a chance for the young striker to step into the spotlight. As he would have it, he would be called up by the Nigerian coach to represent Nigeria in the tournament. At age 16, coming into the tournament, the Nigerian international stacked in bizarre numbers, recording 10 goals and 2 assists in 7 games for his country, a record that is still to be broken till now. What a player this guy. Taking his club all the way to the final and winning it, beating Mali 2-0 to clinch the title. This performance would not go unnoticed, as he signed a pre-contract with German club VfL Wolfsburg in January 2016, while playing for the academy with an agreement of a full professional contract activated in January 2017 after his 18th birthday. Osimhen formally agreed to a 3.5-year contract with VfL Wolfsburg on January 5, 2017. That would keep him there through June 2020, meaning he had to leave home just after turning 18. Quite scary, I would say. He was given time to adapt to the new environment, but he struggled to, and this affected his performances for the club. Coming in halfway through the season, he only featured 3 times for the Bundesliga side in the 2016-17 season. He made his Bundesliga debut for Wolfsburg in a 1-1 draw against Borussia Mönchengladbach, coming on as a substitute in the 59th minute, despite being injured upon his arrival at the club. On the final match day of the 2016-17 season, Osimhen also entered the game in the following week in a crucial relegation match against Hamburger SV. No pressure, bro. With the score equal at 1-1, he was then subbed onto the pitch not to play as a striker, but to replace Sebastian Young in defence. I'm sorry, what was the coach thinking? Choosing to do that in their most defining game of their season. Some might say he was short of options, others would just rate it as purely dumb. And as fate would have it, the decision backfired. Following this bizarre decision from the coach, Hamburg then scored a late winner to overtake Wolfsburg in the standings, pushing Wolfsburg into a playoff for survival against Eintracht Braunschweig. They had to do it the hard way. Osimhen was part of the team for both games and made his 3rd for the season, coming in from the bench at the second leg of their playoff match, where they were assured their Bundesliga spot for next season thanks to their 2-0 aggregate victory. Well, congratulations to them. As the new season started, it was going to be a season of new expectations from both the fans and Osimhen, as he was expecting more game time this season prior to the last season, where he was used sparingly from the bench. New season, but the same old role. after making his full debut for the club against Hanover, playing the entire 90 minutes in a 1-0 victory. Victor Osimhen would only go on to make 2 more starts and recorded 12 matches for Die Wölfe that season, still failing to score or provide an assist. Wolfsburg would once again be in the relegation battle, only this time without Osimhen, as he was unable to participate in the relegation playoff because of an injury. Well, at least he won't be playing as centre-back this time. Osimhen underwent shoulder surgery at the end of the season, speaking of one of the worst seasons for a striker in the Bundesliga to be exact. The club had grown impatient with the striker's inability to be effective in front of goal after failing to register one in 2 seasons. Victor Osimhen was offered to clubs on loan. Defending champions at that time Club Brugge and Zulte Waregem of Belgium were on the list. A chance for a fresh start and a chance to prove himself. His move would soon be challenged as his physical health had been impacted by a malaria infection in the summer, thus neither club wanted to loan him out. Osimhen then joined Belgian club Charleroi on a season-long loan on August 22, 2018, and this is where his fortunes began to change for the better. Kvaratskhelia at that time was Charleroi main man, but he was soon snatched up by the defending champions Club Brugge for a record transfer fee of €5 million. He had big shoes to fill replacing the Iranian striker. Osimhen made his professional debut against XL Moskron, coming on as a late substitute for teammate Jeremy Parbet, and then would make his full debut when the team beat Varslan Beveren with a backheel from Osimhen, his first goal as a professional and an unforgettable one for the Nigerian international. I mean, with a goal like that, it was definitely worth the wait. The club had begun to rely on their new talisman for goals, as he scored twice in another victory over fellow Belgian club Zulte Waregem in the final 5 minutes of the game to give his club a 3-2 win over the opposition, after Hamdi Habawi had given Waregem a 2-1 lead with the pair of second-half goals. Osimhen wasn't taken off the team until November 25th, when he came off the bench to score in the team's 4-2 victory over Lokeren. He had found his joy and love for the game again, and it was no secret as he told BBC Sport that he had found his happiness again after the game. At that time, only Christian Benavente had more goals for the squad at the end of the first half, with 8 in 16 games for Osimhen. Osimhen's performance had left the fans purring, demanding a permanent move for the striker, and the club obliged as Charleroi exercised their option to purchase Osimhen after his successful loan with the Belgian team. Ending the season with 20 goals in 36 games in all competitions with a reported fee of €3.5 million. But the striker won't make a single appearance for the club, as French Ligue 1 club immediately purchased him for a reported €12 million, plus an additional $3 million in bonuses and add-ons. Signing a 5-year deal with Lile, he was off to France on a new journey. He stated on the club's official website upon his arrival that Lille was a very good club with a quality project and elite players, particularly in recent years, as both Peter Odemwingie and Vincent Nyima, 2 outstanding Nigerian athletes, have also played here. Victor Osimhen was given the number 7, previously worn by Portuguese and AC Milan star Rafael Leao. If you are enjoying this video so far, please do well to like and subscribe and turn on notifications for more content like this. On August 11, 10 days after the transfer, he made his Ligue 1 debut for the team, scoring twice in a 2-1 victory over Nantes. He scored another brace 2 weeks later in his 3rd game in France, a 3-0 victory over Saint Etienne at home. It was safe to say that the Osimhen of Wolfsburg was long gone, and this was a completely different player. Osimhen would continue this rich vein of form, as he would go on to finish the month by assisting 2 goals in Lille's next 5 league games, and would eventually be awarded the Ligue 1 Player of the Month for September 2019. On October 2nd, 2019, he scored his first goal in the UEFA Champions League during a 1-2 home loss to Chelsea of England. He would go on to wow others after an article published Osimhen with the most sprints, surpassing the likes of Kylian Mbappe as he recorded sprints of above 35 km per hour, 21.75 miles per hour. With 13 goals in 25 domestic championship games and 18 goals overall, the Nigerian ended the season as Lille's leading scorer. Not bad for a debut season, I say. At the end of the season, Osimhen was predicted by many to be in the running for the African Footballer of the Year award, competing with the likes of Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and a few others. He won the 2020 Prix Vivien Fouet, a reward presented to the best African player in the French Championship, and was also voted as Lille's Player of the Season by the fans. It was becoming clear to the footballing world that Victor Osimhen was to become one of the best strikers in the world with the numbers he was showing for the past 2 seasons, and the masked assassin would be a force to be reckoned with for any team's defence. Just after 1 season with the Ligue 1 club, Osimhen would once again gain the attraction of top clubs in Europe, but eventually Napoli would win the race, making him the most expensive African transfer for a club record cost of €70 million, which may rise to €80 million with add-ons. There was joy, hope and doubt from people all over after the transfer of Osimhen, but none of that mattered to the masked assassin, who continued to do what he does best, scoring goals. Osimhen scored his first goal for Napoli in a 4-1 victory over Atalanta on October 17. After scoring, he put up a shirt demanding an end to the current police violence in his country, Nigeria. A really strong message. Osimhen suffered a shoulder injury while playing for Nigeria during a break in the international action in an African Cup of Nations qualifying match. That would keep him off the field for 2 months. Osimhen was given permission by his club to spend time in his native nation, where he was able to celebrate his birthday while he was healing from the injury. And as some things go, well, this made his absence longer, as Osimhen tested positive for COVID-19 after he returned to Naples, and it is thought that he caught the virus during his birthday celebrations. Osimhen would be sidelined due to a positive test and a shoulder injury, and didn't return to action until 29 January 2021, when he made his comeback in Napoli's Coppa Italia victory against Spezia as a substitute for about 20 minutes. After being deemed fully fit, he would return back to action for the Azzurri and would finish the season registering 12 goals and 5 assists in 33 games across all competitions. The 2021-22 season had begun, and Osimhen was looking to reach higher levels following his previous season, and he did just that, as he recorded 26 goals and provided 3 assists in 42 games in all competition. That is a really big upgrade, I say. During the season, he did suffer another critical injury in a 3-2 defeat to Inter Milan as he collided with defender Milan Skriniar. Osimhen suffered a terrible head injury, a shattered skull and an eye socket, which meant he would miss the African Cup of Nations, where his country Nigeria was surprisingly knocked out by Tunisia in the round of 16 following a 1-0 defeat. He underwent urgent surgery, and since then, he has been donning a protective mask. He eventually came back to finish the campaign with 14 goals in Serie A and 18 overall. The 2022-23 season was underway, and the masked assassin was aiming higher this season. With coach Luciano Spalletti in the dugouts, Osimhen and Napoli were looking to add even more heights to their incredible previous season. Napoli would begin an incredible title race at the very beginning of the season, as after 15 games, the Azzurri would go on an incredible 11-match winning streak and draw their 4 remaining games, with Osimhen as their main goal threat and his incredible partnership with Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, aka Kvaradona. In the Champions League, he would continue his rich form. After his first Champions League goal for Napoli, in a 4-2 victory over Ajax would advance them to the knockout round. He scored his first Serie A hat-trick in a 4-0 victory over Sassuolo. He scored a goal and provided an assist to help Napoli defeat Atalanta 2-1, becoming Nigeria's highest goalscorer in the Italian Serie A, with 32 goals and surpassing Simi's record of 31. Osimhen scored 2 goals and provided 1 assist as Napoli defeated Juventus 5-1. He scored his 100th career goal to help Napoli defeat Sassuolo 2-0. He also became the first player in Napoli history to score in 7 straight league games during the three-point era. Osimhen scored 3 goals over the course of 2 legs for Napoli against Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League round of 16. Napoli winning 5-0 on aggregate and advancing to the quarterfinals for the first time. He netted the equaliser in a 1-1 draw with Udinese to secure Napoli's first Serie A title in 33 years. With this goal, he broke Samuel Eto'o's record for most goals scored by an African in a single Italian championship season and joined George Weah as the top scoring African in Serie A. He surpassed Weah's record by scoring the lone goal in a 1-0 victory over Fiorentina 3 days later, making him the highest scoring African player in Serie A with 47 goals. It was fair to say that the masked assassin really stepped up his game for the Azzurri. The goal-shy kid of VfL Wolfsburg was long gone, as Victor Osimhen was a menace to every defence both in club and national competitions. Valued at a whopping €120 million and already being put as part of the next best strikers in the world with the likes of Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe, he is sure to be the best. The story of Victor Osimhen is a lesson that with persistence, courage and determination to your dream, there is no limit to what you can reach in your life. This is the story of the masked assassin from Nigeria.